name is Jeremy Meyer. I'm the program director for the Chautauqua Training Program, which was funded by Ohio Humanities as part of Rossford's 2017 Chautauqua. The Chautauqua is a living history performance where scholars research the life of an historical figure, create a one-person show about that figure, and then perform for a live audience. Performance also features question and answers where the audience gets to interact with the historical figure. Tonight is Amelia Earhart, which is an original performance researched and developed by Northwest Ohioan Natalie Phelps. Natalie started researching the life of Earhart back in January, and she took to the character very quickly. One of the first steps in developing this style of performance is to figure out a point of view. At what point of the character's life will the story be told? And so that was one of the first decisions Natalie had to make, to figure out a time and place where Earhart might talk about aspects of her life.
If I had one thing to say, if there was only one thing I could say, it would be that I am humbled. I am humbled by your response to the field of aviation. I am humbled by your warmth and enthusiasm. I am also humbled by the great many aviators that have passed through this airport. It seems like just yesterday that I was landing here in Cleveland for the Women's Derby. My, how the time has flown by.
I researched Amelia Earhart for about 6 months and wrote a monologue based off of her experiences and her wanting to prove herself as a pilot and to prove her worth to the female community at the time. And I arched that in about a 30-minute monologue, and then I answered some questions. There was a 30-minute question and answer session. The first 15 minutes was me answering in character as Amelia Earhart, as she would, and in the best words that I can find that would be indicative of her and how she would answer questions. And then for the last 15 minutes, I answered questions as myself, simply as a writer.
I remember when I was training as a pilot, I was stuck in such a thick soup that it was almost a stew. As I climbed higher and higher, I lost sight of the ground beneath me. I could no longer see the green patches of fields. Suddenly, my engine stalled out, which can happen when an engine is being taxed during a steep climb. With only moments to respond, I kicked the plane into a tailspin. Now, I thought I had all the time in the world to pull up, but in the fog, I had lost my bearings and emerged only a few hundred feet from the ground. A close shave, but a prime example of how one must be certain of their weather report.
I feel like when you're in character, there's a little bit of selflessness to that. There may be some things that you want to say, but you have to think about it in terms of what would she have said, and studying her life and reading biographies about her, you pick out certain characteristics about her personality. And it's the biggest chunk of the work is understanding the person's personality and where they're coming from. What buttons are really sensitive for them? What's the sensitive topics? What are things that really give them a rise and make them more lively?
One of the great benefits of the Chautauqua Training Program partnering with the city of Rossford is that it is an opportunity to showcase the work that these scholars have done the past months. And we also have the benefit of the enthusiasm that Rossford has had for past Chautauquas and an awareness of what Chautauqua is and a passion for seeing it return. The crowds have been great so far, first 2 nights of the event, and we expect to have more great involvement. It's something that Rossford citizens are excited about, and they're very much part of the makeup of making Chautauqua happen here in 2017.
I think Rossford has made an effort to really revitalize Chautauqua. It's something that would have been big in the early 1900s, and I think they're doing a great job of having it done in tents the way it would have been done back when it was very popular. And I think that Rossford, in creating this training program, is going to create interest because younger people will get involved, younger people will want opportunities to challenge themselves, just like the leaders of the communities that they are portraying, like they will want the opportunity to challenge themselves with these style of performances. And I think that Rossford is honing in on that and honing in on the importance of, you need to get young people involved, and you need to show young people that it's good for you to step outside of yourself.